Hi, good evening everybody. We're back for another story time. I just wanted to give you a quick view of our set. And if you want a detailed tour, go to our first story so you will be able to see everything I'll tell you about it. But anyway, I wanted to show the outfit that Loretta McCobb made for this episode. Isn't it just cute? And those are my pretty little shoes. And then she even made this little hat. And it's got a beautiful glitter flower at the top. So yeah, I thought I'd show that off for now. Hope you like it. And I will go sit down so we can start another story. So I will be back in a little bit. Bye. I just love Loretta McCobb's clothes. It's so cute. But anyway, I'll see you here in a little bit. Bye. Hello, welcome back to Halloween story time. So glad you could come back. Remember, we're doing a series here in the month of October on Loretta McCobb's channel in celebration of Halloween. So please sit back, grab some popcorn or a drink, and let's get started. This one's called The Honeymoon. Alex and Sandra were always the outdoorsy types. They lived to hike and camp, so when they got married, there was no doubt they would rent a cabin and spend 2 glorious weeks in the mountains. The day after their party, they packed up and headed out for their amazing adventure as husband and wife. They were so excited. The day was beautiful, the air crisp and cold. The leaves were showing off their most beautiful colors, red, orange, lime, and so many shades of yellow. It was going to be an awesome honeymoon, Sandra thought, as she looked out the car window. 4 hours later, they were at Pine Tree Mountain, but it was also known for a more sinister name, Haunted Hollow. The legend goes that a married couple spent their honeymoon here many years ago, and they disappeared without a trace. But it is also said that on a cold autumn night, you can hear a woman wailing, and if you're unlucky enough, you will see a woman wandering the forest in her wedding gown, screaming and wailing like a banshee. If you do see her, the legend goes that you will disappear too, never to be found again. But it's just a legend, right? Well, Sandra and Alex set up the cabin, put away the food, and decided to go for a late afternoon hike, just a few miles, and then head back for an early supper. Well, they started down a trail, holding hands and smiling, enjoying the scenery. As they walked, Sandra got a foreboding feeling that she was being watched. As Alex continued to talk, Sandra thought she heard crying, but very faint. She couldn't pinpoint exactly where the crying was coming from because it seemed to be coming in all different directions. She listened more carefully, but she heard nothing. About half an hour in, she again heard crying, but this time it was closer. Alex saw that Sandra had become pale and quiet. He asked her if she was okay, and she said she felt a little nauseous and that she wanted to head back for now. In truth, she was a little scared. When heading back again, Sandra heard crying. This time, though, she turned to Alex and asked him if he heard crying. Of course, he said no. Seeing Sandra's discomfort, he pulled her close and told her it was just the excitement of the wedding and that he would fix dinner while she took a hot shower to relax. She smiled, but it was a nervous smile. But she was satisfied to get back and relax. Maybe Alex was right. She let out a nervous type laughter at how silly she was being. Well, the evening was very uneventful, and soon the afternoon was forgotten. As they cuddled on the couch near a roaring fire, Alex laughed. Sandra looked up at him and said, "What's so funny?" He said, "Remember when you said you heard crying this afternoon? Well, there's an old legend about honeymooners disappearing up here in these mountains. and that the wife wanders the forest in her wedding gown, wailing and screeching, and if you see her, it is quite the misfortune. Sandra said, "You made that up to scare me, right?" Alex said, "No, it's true. My grandfather told me this story many years ago, so I researched it and it was true." Sandra's smile faded and her stomach was in knots. Then Alex said, "It was such a long time ago and they shouldn't put much into such an incident that happened." Sandra said, "Yeah, I guess you're right." She smiled slightly and they headed off to bed. The next day it was gloomy. There were dark, heavy clouds in the sky ready to burst, and the wind started to kick up. She made breakfast and they decided to take a small drive, then come back for lunch. The afternoon was so relaxing and Sandra began to feel at ease. They headed back and soon it began to rain. It was a downpour with strong winds. As they ate lunch, Sandra heard crying and looked out the window. She could have sworn she saw something white in the distance, but it was too quick. She couldn't be sure. She shrugged it off and enjoyed the afternoon with Alex. As evening began, a heavy fog developed and the night became extremely cold and quiet. Alex made some chili and cornbread, and again they cuddled on the couch. Excuse me. They cuddled on the couch, discussing their future. Suddenly, out of nowhere, they heard crying. It was so close. Alex sprinted to the door, swinging it open, but nothing could be seen in this dense fog. Suddenly, a white hand darted out of the fog, grabbed Alex, and pulled him in. Sandra screamed for him, but no answer, no sound. It was deathly quiet. As Sandra ran to get a flashlight, she was face to face with a woman in a wedding dress. She was grayish white in color. She had long, wet black hair, which covered most of her face. She was skeletal and had long black fingernails, which were dripping blood. Then suddenly the apparition smiled, an evil smile, revealing the most pointy and sharp teeth Sandra had ever seen. The apparition approached Sandra, and Sandra screamed and screamed, and suddenly it went quiet. Sandra and Alex's friends and family put up missing person posters, called the police, and did everything they could to find them, but little success, no clues, everything went cold. It's been 3 years. Sandra's parents bought the cabin and had left it the way they found it. Even Alex's car stands in the driveway covered in leaves and dust. They go up there once a month to clean and make sure the cabin is secure. As they leave with sadness in their hearts, they hear crying. Thinking it's their daughter, they head back to the cabin, and the dark clouds rolled in and the wind kicks up. So what do you think about this story? Makes me never want to go camping again, that's for sure. Well, I'm so glad you joined us back for another story. I hope you liked it. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and we will see you next time. And remember, sleep with the lights on, because you never know. Good night. Boo! So, did you like that story? Hope you did. See you next time, folks. Good night.